Because it also depends what court you're on, you know, that you feel the noise and things.
The other day with Alexandra Eala, you know, that's been a talk.
I'm really happy to advance to the next round. Obviously, it's not in the way I wanted it to end.
On March 4th, 2026, Indian Wells Tennis Garden opened its doors, and something felt different prior to striking a single ball. On the first day, fans swarmed practice court 6, pressing up against the fencing and hoisting selfie sticks above the crowd to catch a sight. The reason the staff scrambled was not because they overscheduled, but rather because the number of spectators at one player's training session exceeded their expectations at the location known as the 5th Grand Slam in tennis. That player, 20-year-old Alexa, is ranked 31st in the world. 31st place in the Indian Wells debut. 10 victories have already been secured in 2026, including a 2-week-old straight-set defeat of world number 8 Jasmine Paolini in Dubai.
Another wonderful win for Alexandra Eala. Thank you, Jasmine, she says. Paolini gracious as ever in defeat. The former champion is out. Alexandra Eala.
This is going to go down the wire, but because of the week off from Eala, I think that she might be able to cause the upset here. And Paolini is not playing that great. And unlike the Alexandrova match in Abu Dhabi where Eala got overpowered, that's not going to be the problem here. So I'm going to go with Eala on a...
Eala's Filipino army then seized control of California. There are around 2 million Filipinos living in California, the highest concentration of diaspora people in the United States. With synchronized group sections, Philippine flags, and the possibility of lean Alex, they landed on the Coachella Valley, piercing the air typically occupied by tennis royalty. Coco Golf even made a public admission about it. I want to express my gratitude to Alex for introducing a new audience to the sport.
We were mostly supporting Alex, but I have to say it is great to be on a crowded court. I've played this tournament for many years, and to see the stadium full, it means a lot. And also, like to thank Alex for bringing a new demographic to the sport. I really appreciate it.
And the guy who built her in Mallorca at the age of 13, Rafael Nadal, is observing. Anything that, on this size, he could not have completely anticipated. The whole tennis community is in disbelief. Click the button to subscribe if you haven't already. The scope of this tale is only growing.
This was definitely one of the bigger Filipino turnouts. Also, New York was huge. It also depends what court you're on, you know, that you feel the noise and things.
These tournaments are such great experiences for me, you know, especially playing in front of the best crowd ever. And
what precisely is Eala entering here, then? You must visit Indian Wells in order to comprehend what is now taking place there. 14 months ago, no one paid any attention when a 19-year-old from Cousin City, ranked 140th in the world, entered a Miami court in March 2025 with a wild card. Before that competition, Alex Eala had only won 2 WTA-level matches in her whole career. There had never been a back-to-back tour victory. The tennis community struggled to find the correct words after what happened.
Filipino tennis ace Alex Eala has officially broken into the WTA top 40. Alex Eala is set to compete in the singles and doubles events.
With energy like that, you don't get tired, so it was good.
And Alex, so good to have you out here for the first time. How special was that?
Having too much crowd on this or any other tennis tournament is a very good problem to have.
In the second round, Eala defeated 2017 French Open winner Jelena Ostapenko 76-75. Next, the reigning Madison Keys, the 5th-ranked Australian Open champion, lost 64-62 in the third. The match that altered everything then arrived. 62-75 defeated the world's second-ranked EJT 5-time Grand Slam champion in the quarterfinals. Throughout the entire match, Swiatek only managed to win 2 points on her second serve. I've broken the pole 8 times. Rafael Nadal wrote, "Congratulations, Alex," on social media following the victory. What a fantastic victory for you and the Philippines. He had been training this player in Mallorca since he was 13. Even he seemed surprised by what was happening on the hard courts in Florida.
Do my best. I do what I can, and just if I see an opening.
Well, she's being told X, Y, and Z, and I don't think much. Get out of there.
So young, and she's just coming through. So, and obviously the first couple rounds, the schedule is so packed.
Jessica Pegula defeated Eala in the semifinals, but the damage was the best potential since had already been completed. Overnight, a ranking that had been at number 140 shot up to number 75. The first ever Filipino to advance to a WTA 1000 semifinal in a single WTA event. The first wild card to defeat 3 Grand Slam champions in straight sets. A country with more than 100 million citizens had discovered their tennis player. The Filipino Army, which is currently occupying California at Indian Wells, was founded on that Miami moment.
A person, and I feel like, people will like you for who you are if you are true to yourself.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to come on here and thank every single one of you for your support, taking the time and effort out of your day to be there and cheer me on with the other girls. It means so much, especially at this time of the year.
The term fan base does not adequately describe what has become associated to Alexandra Eala over the previous 12 months. Court 6 of the 2026 Australian Open in Melbourne has only 1,500 seats. There were lines well past the entryway, and every seat was occupied. In order to hear the noise of the crowd, fans who were unable to enter pressed up against barriers. Witnesses reported that there was a traffic bottleneck outside the outer courts due to the Filipino community in Melbourne, after Eala lost a close 3-set match to Alicia Parks 0-6, 6-3, 6:2. There was such a strong internet outcry from some fans that Rafael Nadal officially intervened. Kim on her Love All podcast, Claire's 4-time Grand Slam winner, explained it. After the loss, Nadal had publicly stated that he was kind of a bodyguard for her. Take a moment to consider that. The man who created the player felt compelled to publicly defend her against her own supporters because she had such a large and passionate fan base.
All the emotions are coming because the tension was so high, especially during that second set. She's a great opponent, obviously being top 10 and a former champion here. So to be able to compete with her at this level is a great achievement.
The next month, rumors circulated in Abu Dhabi that Eala had been seen close to the tournament grounds. In a few minutes, behind barricades, throngs gathered. The area between the main stadium and the outside courts was crowded with supporters holding Let's Go Eala posters and Philippine flags. The same was true in Dubai. Stands brimming with Filipino fans, a volume of noise that startled rivals and attracted attention from the tennis media. On the Nothing Major podcast, retired ATP players Sam Querrey and Steve Johnson talked about it. Querrey asked explicitly if Eala might already be the best attraction in women's tennis at the moment.
Right now.
Yes.
Is she bigger than Sabalenka? Is she bigger than Coco?
Dude, it's crazy. She's having the same effect that Fonseca was having, on the men's side last year in Miami.
It's like Fonseca, but I think it's bigger than Fonseca.
It is. Yeah, it is.
The Doha, crowds were insane for her last week.
Yeah.
Correct.
She's definitely one to watch, obviously because she's so good, but just for the atmosphere. You want to tune into her matches just to see what it's like on the court.
There's got to be a little jealousy maybe from some of the women. That girls coming in, she's not top 10, biggest star.
Johnson's answer. There was only standing room at the venues in Australia and Dubai, and each tournament attracted a lot of attention. Eala's arrival has been huge and crazy. The flashpoint was always going to be California. This state is home to around 2 million Filipinos. The greatest Filipino diaspora in the United States. San Diego, Los Angeles, and the Bay Area. They didn't observe from a distance. They planned the purchase of group tickets, made travel arrangements, and descended on the Coachella Valley Desert with flags and the opportunity to attend a tournament that had never witnessed this kind of crowd energy. Coco Gauff officially appreciated what Eala has created after personally experiencing that atmosphere in Dubai. I want to express my gratitude to Alex for introducing a new audience to the sport. It's excellent for tennis, in my opinion.
And also, like to thank Alex for bringing a new demographic to the sport. I really appreciate
that. A quote from a two-time Grand Slam champion reveals more about the scope of this movement than any attendance statistic. The crowd story is one half of the picture. The other, and more intricate, story is about tennis. The hard courts at Indian Wells are the slowest on the professional circuit. The surface speed rating at Indian Wells was 0.73 in 2025, which is slower than most clay court competitions, according to Tennis Abstract data. Almost all of Eala's greatest successes have occurred on fast or medium-speed surfaces. Miami has nearly completely different circumstances, with a surface speed of 1.18. It was quick and high altitude in Guadalajara, where I won her maiden WTA 125 title in 2025. One of the slowest hard-court surfaces on the circuit, the 2026 Qatar Open concluded with a first-round elimination. This is the real tactical dilemma facing the Indian Wells campaign. Patience, rally construction, and a dependable serve are necessary on the sluggish, high-bouncing desert courts. Throughout her ascent, Eala's serve has been the aspect of her game that has drawn the most attention. During the pre-tournament practice sessions at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden, observers particularly observed the Germans working on serve mechanics for extensive periods of time with training partner Laura Seant. Given the Germans' experience at the top level on all surfaces, this partner was carefully selected. Additionally uncomfortable is the pole itself. Eala faces the victor of Diana Yastremska versus Zhang Shui in the second round. Yastremska, ranked number 52, has an aggressive baseline power and a career high of number 21. Zhang, who is ranked 62nd, has decades of hard-court expertise and has won 2 Grand Slam doubles titles. Eala has never met Zhang in a professional match, although she has a 1-0 head-to-head record against Yashrika, including a 6-1 6-2 victory at Eastbourne in June 2025. If you get beyond that, the draw might lead to a third-round matchup with Coco Gauff, ranked 4th in the world. It was only 2 weeks ago when they last met in Dubai. Gauff prevailed 6-0, 6-2, a result that prompted sincere concerns about the distance remaining separating the tour's true elite. Eala was candid about the Dubai defeat. I believe I now have time to re-evaluate, reorganize, and take a brief pause to start building again. One of the things that can help me close the gap with the top 5 guys is that the rating has equally real stakes. Eala's run to the Miami semifinals last year earned her 390 ranking points. Whether Indian Wells makes a strong run or not, those points will go from the rankings table as the 52-week cycle draws up. California cushions that drastically decline after a successful performance. The future Miami defense is under a lot more pressure after a first-round exit. In 2016, Rafael Nadal constructed the Rafa Nadal Academy in Manacor, Morca. Producing tennis players was never the institution's primary goal. It was about creating athletes with a specific mindset, disciplined, courteous, and prepared to persevere through the dull years before the limelight arrived. Eala, a scholarship student from Cousin City with raw potential and a junior record that includes winning the coveted Leotiza's competition at the age of 12, arrived at the academy at the age of 12 or 13. Over the years that followed inside that facility, a game was developed around a left-handed forehand that could end points outright, an inside-out return game that takes time away from the biggest servers on tour, and a competitive instinct that kept Eala functional under pressure, as the victory in Miami amply demonstrated. In 2023, Nadal graduated Eala, and Sui 8 attended the event as a guest. Those two were playing each other in a quarterfinal on one of the largest hard-court venues in the sport 2 years later. What Nadal could not have fully designed or anticipated is the cultural phenomenon that has accompanied the tennis, the narrative says. Suddenly, a 20-year-old from a 115 million-person country that has never produced a major tennis player is sat at the 5th Grand Slam. The level of community mobilization on the WTA circuit is truly unprecedented. Kim Clijsters likened living the life of Michael Jordan in the Philippines to navigating the adulation IA. When characterizing the Palala's effect on crowds around the world, Jeannie Butchett brought up Taylor Swift. Prior to a Melbourne final, Novak Djokovic took a moment to talk about Eala's significance for Filipino tennis. This is not typical territory for emerging stars. There has never been anything like this in tennis.
Massive spot to be in for such a young talent, to have a sold-out crowd completely behind her.
Eala from the Philippines could be the next big thing in pro tennis.
This is the goal, to do well on the WTA Tour. I'm super proud of what I was able to accomplish, but the end goal is to win Slam.
And it is currently taking place in the California desert at a tournament in which, prior to this week, Eala had never participated. The army of the Philippines has arrived. The world of tennis is observing. And the man in Mallorca, who spent 5 years developing this athlete, is witnessing a movement that has expanded much beyond what a training regimen could have anticipated. The tennis community is shocked because of this. The question that makes this narrative worth watching every day from now on is if Eala can turn that enthusiasm into long runs on the slowest courts in the sport, beginning with that second-round encounter on March 6th. Please leave a comment below with your predictions for the outcome in Indian Wells if this video provided you with information that the conventional tennis coverage does not. The actual analysis on this channel takes place in the discussion down below. If you think the Filipino army deserves respect, hit the like button. If you want to be updated on every new installment of this story as it happens, subscribe. Due to the fact that India in the following 3 weeks in Aya's career will pass quickly due to Wells, the impending Miami points drop, and what could be a pivotal sunshine double. Don't pass it up.